Everybody, Excel 10-minute leaders live. My name's Graham Brown. We're heading to sunny South Africa today, all the way down to Cape Town. I think that's a first for us. Greetings, sunny Cape Town, and welcome to the show, Jermane Cheathem. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're not originally from that part of the world. Originally from where, Jermaine?
So I'm from Arizona. Just happened to be traveling at the beginning of 2020, and I was in Malaysia, and I was in Thailand, and I was in Hong Kong, and then now I'm in Cape Town. So it's great.
That's all right. You can't complain. I guess Cape Town and Arizona, there's similarities there, weather-wise, probably.
Pretty similar. I would say it was more similar to like um, San Diego area. A lot of
Ah,
mountains, a lot of obviously beautiful beaches and hiking and warm weather. So it's great.
yeah. Hard life, huh? All right then,
It's
Jermaine.
tough.
We got we got 10 minutes together. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do this then. First question, the formality is what does it say on Jermaine Cheatham's business card?
Well, I don't have business cards anymore because I think they're dumb. But if it would say anything. It's going to be I'm a creator, and what I
Hmm.
mean by that is, I believe there's two types of people in the world. There's victims and there's creators. And creators decide what they're going to do in a moment to create the life that they want and the
Hmm.
choices that are going to make that life more fulfilling. So yeah, I create from this moment right here, right now.
What have you created in your life then? Sounds like you've been on a bit of an adventure the last few years.
Yeah, my entire life's been an adventure. I guess the main thing I created is just joy. I realize there's a
Hmm.
direct correlation between challenge and the result of that is joy. I
Hmm.
think anytime you get too comfortable, you joy dwindles quite a bit. And I always find ways to challenge myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, every day. And the net result of that is this pure joy that I get to this experience, because life to me is this purely an experience project to fulfill it, to understand it, to live it. That's all we're here to do, is really to experience life. So yeah, it's a beautiful way to live.
Yeah. It sounds like you made some conscious choices about your life. How do you sustain a lifestyle where you can go to all these places, Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, South Africa? Are you working there or do you have a business online? I guess that's the first question people are going to ask. Yeah, but how do you make that work financially?
Well, you got to be an entrepreneur. You got to take the reins of your ship really, and decide what you want to do and how much you want to make and how much time you want to spend doing it. So yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business, back in the States, and we do financing for businesses back in the U.S. So I'm able to work now. I've been doing it for 18 plus years. Maybe in no more than an hour a day. So I have a whole bunch of free time to explore, to examine, to think. But yeah, so I became an entrepreneur and freed myself from financial chains, if you will.
So you work an hour a day and this enables you to travel the world.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't always that way. There was years and years where I was working 12 hours a day, but
Right, right. Of course.
you got like the challenge and the joys on the backside. So
Absolutely. We don't see the long, hard road to overnight success, do we?
mhm.
So what, you're
No.
doing a 5 hour work week, not quite 4 hours. You're working on it, like knocking out the last hour. That's pretty cool. What's that like actually living that kind of lifestyle where you have a lot of choice? Do you get bored? Do you find that, you need to seek out challenges that weren't normally there when you were kind of doing the 12-hour days and keeping yourself like busy, busy, busy?
Yeah, it's tough when you're your own boss and there's no particular structure of like a corporate organization on your back saying, "Okay, you need to be here at this
Mm,
time and you can leave at this time." I think a lot of humans, they require that and they need that. And I kind of got I guess, comfortable into that type of dynamic. And then when you're on your own as your own entrepreneur, you have to figure that out on your own, and you have to kind of motivate yourself, and you have to find challenges day in and day out. So it's challenging, but it's the type of thing that I like, because it makes
mm,
me grow. And I have kind of a axiom where I only have one option in life, and that's growth. That's the only
mm,
option I have. I can't go backwards. I can only go forward. And so when I use that lens to examine my life and my choices, it makes it easy. I can decide right now what I'm going to do, say, act, and be based on, am I growing or am I going back into safety?
mm.
And so it kind of makes it easy, really. But some people might consider it hard, but I like the hard part of figuring things out.
The challenge. When people hear about your story, when you tell them what you're doing, I'm sure a lot of people are like, wow, man, how do I do this? What do I need to know? How do I need to set things up? I also imagine there are some people who may react negatively, funnily enough, that maybe it's jealousy, or maybe it's doubt, or maybe they just don't like the idea that somebody's enjoying their life and when they're slaving away as the corporate. What are the sort of typical negative reactions that people have, and how do you deal with that?
I don't really know, to be honest with you, because I don't pay attention to the positive or the negative. I really don't. I don't. It's like it's almost like I'm listening. It's like a blank wall for me. So I really don't have any negative reactions that I can remember, or I might just black them out of my memory,
Hmm.
or I can't even really think of any really positive reactions they're just kind of like I don't know. I don't really think much about what
You
other
don't
people
waste
how they
time thinking about them.
no, because I'm trying to figure myself out. I'm a big enough project as is. I don't need
Hmm.
any more outsiders perspective to say X, Y, and Z about me. I'm trying to figure out myself day in and day out. And I, I always believe that we're always becoming something else, because that's
Hmm.
life. Life is never stagnant. Look at nature, look at anything. It's always moving and morphing. And so I'm always becoming something else. So I have to focus on, who am I becoming right now in this moment, and today,
Hmm.
tomorrow, next year, next month,
What are you
whatever it might
becoming
be.
now? What's the project now? Now that you have time, you can't say you're busy for sure. So whatever it is that you're doing, you have the time to do it and potentially the resources. What's the next big thing for you?
So really it's just sharing this creator's mentality with other people, because I think there's a lot of people that were like me that kind of felt like a victim and kind of felt scared of the world and of the truth within myself. And I think I want to share more of this creator's mentality and how you go about building it, because I really do believe creators are built, not born. Some people think, oh,
Mm.
you're lucky because you were born this way. No, I built this through my habits, through my rituals, and what I do day in and day out in the given moment. So I want to share how people can build this creator's mentality, whether it's looking for financial freedom, which I have, or time freedom, which I have, or even freedom mentally of, who do I want to be and who do I want to become. I just want to share these type of concepts with people.
Hmm. Okay. Well, you've got 2 minutes because we've got 2 minutes left. Um, Obviously, that doesn't do it enough justice to give some advice, but there's a little bit that you can give away to help people understand. Take me as your audience for this. How would you talk to somebody like me and say, okay, this is what you need to know in the next 2 minutes that could change your life?
Only thing I would suggest if I was talking to you directly, which I am, is you got to take huge chunks of time and be alone with no distractions. And I'm talking days if you have to, whatever it takes. And in a journal, piece of paper and a pen, that's all you need. And you start writing ideas and thoughts and who you think you are and who you think you want to become, and daydream a lot. And then from that, trust what you wrote down, trust yourself. And then once you do the daydreaming, the time alone, the trusting yourself, then act on what you found out. Simple as that. It's not rocket science. But most people don't take the time to uh, eliminate the distractions. They don't take time to trust themselves or daydream or write down, or they're too busy on the minutia of life. And then obviously the acting part is probably the hardest part, because you have to actually put yourself out there and be at risk. But without
Mm.
action, you can never have the fruit.
Mm. Do you look back on your journal and see the things that you'd written down and now see these things manifested in your life years later?
Yeah, I have several. I have got journals everywhere. But yeah, sometimes I'll look back in 2, 3 years ago, 5, 10 years ago, and I'll see stuff I wrote, and it's become true and then some. So it's like one of those things, like the power of intention. When you put intention
Mm.
in the life, and you're clear about who you really are and who you really want to become, not what your parents want you to become, not what your country wants you to become, not your race or your religion, but you authentically as a human, as this energy ball. Who do you want to become? And you put that intention in the world and you act on it. That's what all the greatest religions and spiritual teachers are talking about, best entrepreneurs. everything that you see in your physical world and life is built on that simple premise.
Yeah, he speaks the truth, folks. I can testify here on my table. Very same, as you can see. Being at work, writing in my journal. It's powerful stuff. Jermane Cheathem, everybody. Where do we find out more about you?
So creatorslearn.com is the website that has, our courses, about us, what we're up to, what we're trying to create, and join the community there. And then also you can check me out on Instagram.
Jermane, thank you so much.
Under Creators Learn.
Gotcha. All right, folks, go and check him out. And thank you, Jermane, for joining us today. And I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful afternoon looking at the background behind you. Looks like the weather is good. It's going to be a fine day to get out there, enjoy and journal, go and blue sky think your way through the day. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks. Appreciate it.